Hi friend, how are you? It's Pat Sloan here, and it is our April adventures. Yes, you got the calendar, got the challenges, a daily challenge every day. So, you know what happens is sometimes when I write these, other things, I wrote this like 5 weeks ago and I didn't know what my month would be like and what would be going on. And so I had plans for a Zippy Pouch, but instead those plans didn't happen. So today, your challenge, if you choose to take it, is that you can make a Zippy Pouch, or you can just tell me about all the different pouches that you have, or take an inventory of your pouches. But this is a pattern, and I showed it to you last month, and it is a tutorial, a video tutorial from the Fat Quarter Shop, and then I did an applique, which is a download of the applique, but there's no written directions for the Zippy Pouch. You have to just follow the tutorial, which is just pretty easy to follow. And see, it's got like fun stuff inside. I had great plans to make another one and make it a little bit bigger and all that good stuff. So instead of having a totally different topic today, I still think Zippy Pouches are a great topic. And if you have never made one, give it a try. If you have the time today, this size and this one, it's a great practice because it does not take you a long time. I will link under the video here to it. This doesn't take very long. It's just a bunch of squares. So the back is just one piece of fabric. It's fun to learn how to play with the zippers. They show you in the video, the Fat Quarter Shop's video. So that will all be linked to my post about this. And I'd like to do the bee again. I just think it'd be fun. It was so fun to do that and put all the little buttons around it. Yes, so this is your challenge today, is either make a Zippy Pouch or tell me about little pouches that you have. Do you like to make them? Do you just like to buy them? Is that, like that's easier for you? I like to do both, but mostly I buy them. It's like I buy more than I make, but this one is super fun to do. Now it does have a firm, some of the Annie's soft, I forget, soft and stable, I think it's called, but you could do it with batting in here or fusible fleece. It doesn't have to be that, just you need something. You need some weight to it. It can't just, it's like a quilt. It has to have some weight to it. Okay, so that is your challenge. But today I have another thing that's there's a link to my website, because yesterday I talked about the making of the rainbow mini quilts, and that Sherry of the Full Circle Studio has one that was posted yesterday, and I have mine for today. Yes! So this is a display of hope that was started by the children and families in Italy to sort of speak to each other across the alleyways, across the streets, to be able to make rainbows and put on there, which in Italian, this says, everything will be okay. And it's Andre tutte bene. I have a whole blog post on this, and then Orifil is also posting about the thread I used and the embroidery. So I'm going to show you a little bit behind the scenes here on the video. Yes, and then you can download this pattern, which is applique. Now it is super easy applique. I did a blanket stitch, but you'll see when you link over to the Orifil website, I show you one stitched out just with a straight stitch. So all of you can do fusible applique with a straight stitch. Every single one of you. So there's no excuses. I would love to see everybody make rainbows. And then you hang these in your window. I've got a photo on my website. I tried it out in my studio window and then in my front window, because my studio window here actually looks out onto our backyard, of course. But on the other side of that is a fairly busy throughway. So I thought, well, maybe somebody will see it back there if I hang it up in the studio window. So this is how I started it. And I'll show you this on the blog too, but I thought I'd just hold it up. Look, I just did a bunch of different paper because it's an 18-inch square, and I wanted to freehand draw it before I put it into the computer. I just wanted to get the whole scale of it in real life, since it's just 18 inches and I'm able to do that. So I taped it and just did like the drawing, because I wanted it to feel very organic, like the children are doing. You know, the children's are they're painting them, they're stitching them, they're doing all kinds of things. I have an article also at mine that takes you over so that you can see some of them. It's just amazing. Could you imagine walking down the street and seeing rainbows in all of the windows? I think that would be just so cool. So this is the project for today. Now I want to show you the fabric I used and up close here, and then I want to show you a little something I do with the embroidery to get the needle threaded, which is kind of fun. So it's kind of a little trick I learned many years ago. All right, so what we've got is we have got fabric, and the rainbow, I always have to look it up because I can never remember the order of a rainbow. But it is red. It's Roy, how's it go? What's it? It's Roy G. Biv, R-O-Y-G-B-I-V, Roy G. Biv. I always remember that, and that's how you know the colors. Red, orange, yellow for Roy, red, orange, yellow. Then G is the green, and then Biv is blue, indigo, and violet. So like these three, I always feel like you can sort of play around. What is your shade of blue that you love? What is your shade of indigo? And what is your shade of violet or purple? I mean, it can go like more blue or this is, I think, a more red purple. So here are my fabrics that I used. And I like the way that this particular one made a little interest here, because most of them, and then this is the blossom basic. And I like how that had like little sparkles all around it. And I wanted to have some background that I could stitch on. So it needed to be a bit more tonal and not have any big pattern. I had a cool pattern one, actually this one, I was going to put in the front because it looked like, you know, like the sky. But the stitching would be totally lost on it. So let me show you what I stitch with. I stitch with, oh here, wait, before that. This is all done in, in 50 weight, let me get that, 50 weight Aurifil. So I have the red thread, 50 weight, orange, yellow, green, blue, indigo, and the violet. Now if you remember, here, let me just talk to you a minute up here. Yeah, so if you remember, Aurifil is an Italian thread company, and that's why we want to create this act of love and hope for them, because they've been having it pretty rough over there with the virus. The pandemic has hit them, their community and their country super hard. And our family, our Italian thread family, is in Milan. So they've been in my hearts for months now. And so I'm so excited to have this rainbow and to put the Italian wording on it as well as the English. Yes, and maybe someday I'll learn some Italian. I doubt it, but you can always hope. Okay, let's come back down here. Good news, when you heard the other day that I couldn't find my good thimble, guess what? It was in here. Why these were in here, I don't know. That's not where I normally keep them, but that's where I found them. So here is my tailor's thimble that has the hole in the top. It's very much like that antique one that I showed you. And then this is another one that doesn't fit right now. It actually fit me at one point, but for some reason my fingers are not that, they're slimmed down for the end of it for whatever reason. Who knows? So right now it's too big. Like if I shook my hand, it would go flying across the room. So what I'm going to do is show you how I thread this needle without a needle threader. Now what I'm doing though, this works because I'm doing a big eye needle and thick thread. I'm working with 12 weight Aurifil thread. So let's come in here super close, and I will take off a piece of thread, okay? And usually I have some scissors. So there they are. Take off a piece of thread. And I'm going to unthread this one. Okay, so now I have the needle. Get a bit down here where you can see everything. Whoop, these guys are, hold on, they're in my way. All right, this gets messy here to demo. All right, where'd that thread go? So what I'm doing is I'm taking the thread over my finger. Okay, this is 12 weight thread, so it's a little thicker. If you're used to pearl cottons, it's maybe like a 10 weight. And then I'm taking the needle, which is a bigger eye needle, so you can see the eye of the needle there as I'm holding it. What I'm doing is I'm taking the needle open side down and laying it right on top of the thread. Now I'm holding this, but it's not like a tourniquet, you know, I'm not like cutting the blood off in my finger, but I have to hold it firm. You don't want it too loose or this won't work. And you can't have an eye of a needle that's too small. So I'm holding it here, and then basically I just rub it a little bit, and what it does, can you see that? When I rubbed it, the eye over top of the needle, I sort of rub the thread up into the needle and I thread it. Ta-da! So I can thread these big eye needles without a needle threader. And you don't even have to see very well. You just need to hold it firm, lay the eye, and if it's not working, the eye of your needle is too small, so get a bigger eye needle. So I just sort of shove that, and you can see now it's got the loop, and then pull it through. Woohoo! Magic. It's sorcery. It's witchcraft. No, it's not. It's just a tip. It's a tip, and it works. I'm standing up today because I feel like I've been sitting all too much. Sit, 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 sit. I've been doing so much computer work. Okay, to wrap it up this video, we have got our stay-at-home block. Block, where are we again? What number week are we in the week? We're at 24. We don't have that much longer. It's just 30 days this month. So this is 24. Then we have one more for the row to be done. So there are my blocks. My stay-at-home quilt is up on the wall. So today I have this clock fabric. And if you were quilting during the Y2K, yeah, I was working the Y2K. That's what I did. That was my last computer career job. And I worked a lot of hours in Y2K. And so I collected some of the Y2K fabric. So basically this one is clocks. And I love clocks. I love clocks. I love time. I love numbers. Everything about this is like, yes. So I am putting my millennial fabric into my stay-at-home from the pandemic quilt. It's kind of odd, kind of circling around, sort of. And that was 20 years ago when I worked on Y2K, when the year January 2000. So that is my block today. Now I do want to show you, and I don't know if you can see it over there, but I believe it's been sitting up there for a while, for days now, days and days. I believe I have found the perfect border, which I will show you up close on another day because I can't get over there because I've got the mic on. But I'll try to bring it in. There we go. I'll go like this. There we go. You can see it now. See that border? I'm gonna shove this over this away a little bit. There, I think you can tell. Look at that. That is like beach parasols, or you know, umbrellas, beach umbrellas. I love it. It is totally perfect for the fabric and everything else. So there you go. We're off to our adventures today. I want you to look at zippy pouches you own, or think about making a zippy pouch. Get your stuff out, find some zippers, give it a try. The link is under my video here. While you're there, subscribe, and you can also get the Everything Will Be Okay rainbow and make it and put it in your window, or take pictures of it to show me. I'd like to see the whole website just explode with beautiful, beautiful rainbows. So I am Pat Sloan. Thank you, thank you, thank you for being here in my April adventures. And we have some really good names for May coming out. If you have a May name, leave it in the comments. I've been scrolling through, looking at them. But if you're over at Facebook, I will link you to the poll so you can get in on the poll. There's some good names. So I love you. Have a fantastic, fantastic day, evening, wherever you are watching this. Mwah! I love you. Bye-bye.